In the north, the Arabian slave trade, a relentless 13th century campaign that claimed as many as 18 million souls. For the 7th century onward, tribal warriors were swept into a vortex of desert caverns and salt mines, where survival was measured in days. Then the tide turned. From the west, the transatlantic slave trade war unleashed a new kind of terror. 12 million people, fathers, mothers, children, shackled in the dark holes of the Middle Passage, bound for a new world they never asked for. They were stripped of their names, they were robbed of their tribes, but they were not erased. Today, a new generation is fighting back, using the power of modern DNA and ancestral memory. The descendants of the northern and the southern tribe of Yashara Allah are piercing together a broken history. The war for their bodies, centuries till now, the war for their identity has only just begun. Where are they? All right, family, Shalom. I know a lot of us have, in time past, spoke about how what's the point of voting and all this stuff, you know what I'm saying? I've been meditating a lot lately, really about Psalms, about a specific psalm, but not per se thinking about the psalm itself. But I want to show y'all a psalm that I've been meditating on and want to discuss it with you. So I'm gonna go ahead and open it up in my book, and we're gonna have I'm gonna bring out something, just using my thoughts. Hopefully, what I say somebody would feel it, you understand where I'm coming from, and not be easily offended if you're a person that's easily offended. Cause this right here is not to offend nobody. We learned after all these years trying to explain yourself to people is all vain. As one of our brothers said today, if y'all willing, I share his page underneath this. But he was sharing how this is all vanity. All the stuff that we've been doing all these years make you wonder what are you doing? Make you wonder, you got how many days on this earth? Nobody know. And it's like we just sitting down wasting a lot of time. Like we ain't gonna never leave here. And like it's, for a lot of people they say, well, I'm gonna go to heaven when I die, so everything will be straight and all that when we die and go to heaven. But I wanna talk to you today about why you're alive. And the way that I'm gonna take this is gonna be a different route. And it's just some things that I wanna bring out to hopefully to get some of us to start thinking about these things. Go ahead and turn your Bible to Psalms chapter 90. And this is a psalm that Moses, Masha, wrote. In my time, I'm on my computer and I got to go down the line like this here and look for it. So go ahead and turn it to Psalms chapter 90. I'll let the word talk to you. And y'all gave us a mouth to talk. And I'm gonna bring this out best as I can. Go back in here. Alright. So here we go. Yep, it's on now. Alright, so there we go. That's Psalms chapter 90. For a lot of people, they see it's like every time you try to read the Bible or try to do anything right, they always want to point at you. To the point where you can't speak nothing. Because some people feel like you got to be perfect before you can say one word to them. A prayer of Amasha, the man of Allahayim. Yahweh, you have been our dwelling place. You have been our dwelling place in all generations. Before the mountains were brought forth, or even you has formed the earth and the world, and even the everlasting to everlasting, you are Allahayim. You turn man to destruction and say, return ye unto me, children. Return, you children of Adam. For 1,000 years in your sight are but as yesterday, when it is past, and as a watch in the night. You carriest them away with a flood, and they are as a sleep. In the morning they are like grass which grow up. In the morning it flourishes and it grow up. In the evening it is cut down and withereth. Go up here. For we are consumed by your anger, and by your wrath are we troubled. For you have set our iniquities before you, our secret sins in the light of your countenance. For all our days are passed away in your wrath. We spend our years as a tale that is told. For the days of our years are threescore years and 10. And if by reason of strength they be fourscore years, I believe Grandma told me that's 120. And fourscore years to add more to your life. Yet if there be strength, yet is there strength, labor and sorrow, for it is soon cut off, and we fly away. We know the power of your anger, even according to your fear, so is your wrath. So teach us to number our days, that we may apply our hearts unto wisdom. Return, O Yahweh, how long? And let it repent you concerning your slaves. O satisfy us early with your mercy, that we may rejoice and be glad all our days. Make us glad according to the days wherein you have afflicted us, and the years wherein we have seen evil. Let your work appear unto your servants, Abad, and your glory unto their children. Let the beauty of Yahweh, Elohim, be upon us, and establish you the work of our hands upon us. Yeah, the work of our hands, establish you it. I want to share something with you. I've been doing music for a very, very long time in my mind because of all of the how hard, how toilsome it was in my line, in my career. And it ain't been easy. There's a lot of things that you have to go through with when you're trying to get something done. First, at first we had to fight to get on a radio station for the independent artists. We had to fight to get on television. A lot of us ain't reached that stage yet. And now everybody online look like they fighting over the algorithm, because on television, at least you had a time zone where everything came on. So now, in the process of a lot of people fighting for what they call popularity, and a lot of us may be doing that, we trying to get our PR and everything together so that we can do our business. In clothing, you need advertisement in order for people to know what you selling. In order for them to even know you got a store, you're gonna have to advertise. With flowers, with plants. If nobody know you're growing plants and you want to reach a broader base, you're going to have to use mechanisms and means in order to reach that broader base. Now, with a lot of artists, they have a backing of millions of dollars by the label. But independent artists, they don't have that backing. So a lot of artists, they give more percentage-wise. And a lot of artists will be grateful if they got that chance. But due to all of the things of what people say is going on behind the scenes, a lot of artists say, they listening to other artists say, you know what, I'd rather just stick it out. If I die like this, I die like this. But you know what they say. Get a real job. And so the brother or the sister will try to find something in the world where people pretend like people is not being unfair. If you call it racist, people get offended and they make excuses for that. Some people have a real nasty, low down and dirty and stinking attitude when you bring up this issue right here. Not that it's going to affect them negatively, because it will affect them positively. Can you imagine if the people who are held captive to unrighteous decrees, if they were treated fairly, a lot of businesses that's turning people away because they say, if you can't pay the fee, then you don't need to be here. Let me see if I can duck this a little bit better. They say if you can't pay the fee, then you don't need to be here. They will mock you. A lot of people, my daddy taught me, he said, son, anytime a man feel like he got something over you, where you got to depend on him by his mercy, they gonna dog you out and treat you any type of way. My daddy told me a real man walk away from a fight he know he can win. A lot of times when you see people rearing up and doing all the things they doing, feeling justified in their actions towards you, your hands is not tied. But you know that if you do what the scriptures say you should be able to do, then people will use bias laws against you. So you got to walk that narrow path, and people act like they don't understand this. And since Like what they say, do I got to spit it out for you? But people like it that way. They like to mistreat people. Because I heard a man tell me that if we put you out, then it's many people that can replace you. And I thought about that thing, and I thought about that as well with a lot of people that's online that treat their supporters like garbage. And if you don't like it, then just unsubscribe, because that ain't nothing for me. I got plenty of other people that supporting me that'll throw me 10 times of what you giving, no matter if the brother was giving 100 or giving 5 or giving $1. Probably was his last dollar, but people don't care. They'll let you starve in the street. Do you realize a lot of people right now today, they are starving right now, and it's people sitting on billions of dollars, and they don't want to give nobody one piece of bread, but they'll make sure they dog eat. They'll cry when they dog die. But it's people right now dying and starving of hunger and thirst right now. But people will cry over their cat or their dog die or their pet roach that they got inside of a cage, a pet rat. But if a person that's made in the image and likeness of Yahweh die right now in front of them, they'll forget about them the next day, but they'll remember that cat that died. They'll remember that dog that passed away. People will have more mercy on the bird that they see outside on the ground, and they'll walk by people that was created in the image and the likeness of Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai, created in the image of Yahweh Shai. They'll walk right past them. They'll step over them. That's what Messiah was saying. He wasn't saying this so that when he said, now bring these things in remembrance so that we can sit around and feel like we got something. Well, I'm better than you. That's not what this is about. Because the man that's eating, that was starving, and somebody that got a heart like Deacon Ernie had with me and my wife will help that brother get up, or help that sister get up, or help that little baby get up and give him some bread, give him some milk, give him some water, and help him out. Because if you know you got way more than enough, then all you doing is using excuses, and a lot of people know that. We don't have but so many years to live on this earth. I hear so many people ridiculing people because they say how much they got to pay, but these same people can go back to a house that's fully furnished with a car that they got insurance, they got a place where they can lay their head, and there's people right now today that's paying double of what people paying that got a house and a car, and they'll turn around and say that person that went poor. That person is in a bad state. Did you know it costs more to stay in a hotel than it do to stay inside of the apartment? And did you know it costs more to stay in an apartment than it do to stay inside of a house? Did you know it costs more to stay in the street? In the street, there is no place to put your food unless you befriend somebody that has a business, or unless somebody befriend you that got the heart that the Messiah is looking for to help that person out. If I was to help somebody, I'm not finna be up in their face disrespecting that person, putting them in a position. I guess it made people feel strong. Y'all remember Tom and Jerry, when Tom would go over to the dog and hit that dog while he was on the chain, and he knew exactly where to draw that line at and go and stand over that line. That's how a lot of people is using unjust laws or unrighteous decrees and unfair advantages. If a person feel like they so big and bad because they got a gun in their hand, You're not proving that you can fight better than that person. Matter of fact, that person that you want to fight ain't even, a lot of times, not even thinking about fighting you. You don't know what's going on in people's mind. The person might be thinking in their mind on something kind that they could do for somebody today, and somebody come up with a nasty, low down, dirty, and stinking attitude. They want to pick a fight with somebody. This is how this world is. We know that. But I'm on here talking to you, and I read to you Psalms chapter 90. It's a shame how the world ain't got. It's a shame how cold-hearted and callous and stinking a lot of people's attitude is today. I saw, when I was online, I was listening to brothers and sisters videos, and I would come across somebody's video that I know that they put a lot of effort inside of their videos, and a lot of people will skip over that because the video is not up to the level of numbers where likes or whatever. But when you look at them, it'll encourage you to want to go on. But if you've been in that position for a long time, you can feel what they feel and understand. You can see the struggle. My first concert that I did, I believe it was at Free Hope Missionary Baptist Church in Haines City, Florida on 7th Street. The pastor that was there was Pastor Callaway Lane. That church was the first church that I did a concert at. Not the first church I sung at, but the first church that I ever rapped my music to, standing on the front of the stage. And when I got on the stage, I didn't get on the stage because I wanted to be over people. I got on the level ground because we was taught not to move the what they call the pulpit. So I went down to the ground, and I remember a lot of brothers that was, what people would call street NIGG. I invited them to come. Guess who came? The majority of the people that came there that I invited, what they're called street men, street dudes, street women. I invited them to come. They came. They came dressed up. It made me feel so good to see them come there. I didn't invite them to come because I felt like I was so all that or nothing. I invited them to come because I needed people to come. A lot of the people that was in the ministries, they came. Everybody couldn't make it. But I remember seeing Pearl, To the World Come On Out, ask Breezy about Pearl them. And I don't know how Pearl is doing. And C Slaughter, all them came. Jay Green, Gerald Lewis, all of my friends, they all came. Freezy came. His brother came, Slow. They didn't want to sing the R&B song. I said, bro, it's cool. Y'all can sing love songs. It's love songs. I was trying to tell them about the Songs of Solomon, but it was something inside of them. They didn't want to sing them songs. They came in there, and let me tell you something. They lit it up, and my grandma was complaining, talking about turn the lights on. It was like, girl, you messing up our concert and all that. My cousin Eric Anglin came. His wife, well, I don't know, but he brought the assistant pastor came. My friend from all the way up from when I was 7 years old to right now. He came. All of my friends that can come, they all came. If I keep naming the names, y'all, I'll just keep going on and on. Javette, a lot of people came, you know, and it was packed. And I remember it sold out. And that feeling of seeing them there and seeing that they was willing, they saw that what I was doing was valuable enough to support me. It made me want to press harder and give them something better. But a lot of that is getting drowned out now because people don't understand the meaning of these things anymore. That's what I'm trying to explain to you. Don't know what it means anymore to serve. For a lot of us, we just want to be served, but to serve, when you understand, when the pain in your life make life seem longer. I thought about my grandmother, and I thought about my grandmother wasn't perfect. I thought about my grandmother, and I said, I'd much rather deal with grandmama. I'd much rather deal with her. But I've been on here for a little bit, and I'm finna go ahead and get up off of here. And I just want to thank all of those who came and subscribed. And if you new to this channel and you hearing this and you want to subscribe, the subscribe button right there. I want to serve y'all with music. I remember my grandmother sewing these clothes, and that's all I'm finna say, and I'm finna go. I used to sit down and watch my grandmother sew clothes, because that's what she used to do. Grandmother Annie Ivory used to sit down and sew clothes. And she stitched it with love. We had our own family emblem that she sewed in the clothes. That's how we should treat one another. That's how we should serve one another. Not use wicked decrees. See, like they say, you will know when a dog will bite you is when he off the chain. And a lot of people, if they have the opportunity, they'll show you their true colors. Believe them. But remember what I said about the other analogy of the dog with Tom and Jerry. Tom would hit that dog, draw a line in the sand because he knew how far he can go, and bother him. You're in a weak position. But the dog just wanted to be free. All right, Mashpaka, I'm about to go in and end this. I hope that you enjoyed this and this brought some consolation to you to understand the situation and not to be too hard on yourself. I got to go. And shalom. Hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you for spending time with me. Every story we share here is a piece of my journey and a piece of yours too. As we continue forward, may we hold on to the lessons for the memories, the quiet truths that shape who we are. Until we meet again, take care of your spirit and keep moving with purpose. Shalom, Mashpaka. Bahasham Yahabashah.